Let you get in here. We're going to just talk about some things today, talk about current events, what's going on in the United States. I'm going to give about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe 4 or 5 minutes for people to get on. So if you get here a little bit early, just sit tight. Sit tight with me for a second. Listen to the music and just vibe a little bit. When you get here, let me know where you're watching from. Let me just share this around on Facebook real quick. Followers. Come join in. Come join in. A lot going on this week. There's so much going on this week. It's already been a crazy day today, politically wise. It's already been a crazy day in the news, just the last 24 hours. There. Great. All right. See, we got some folks on. We're gonna go. We're gonna start getting into this. I guess YouTube is going as well. So, man. What's up, everyone? How are y'all? Didn't go live with you yesterday. As you can see, I was on the website, and yesterday I had to put stuff on the website yesterday, which was my case and my response in to Bo Rogers. We went over that 2 days ago, so I'm not going to go over that again, but you can find that all realryannichols.com. And that's where I'm going to be putting everything case-wise that I do, any investigation type stuff that I do, anything that's relating to the law, what I've got going on personally, what somebody else here in East Texas has going on, especially if it's political. And then if it's national, I'm going to be talking about it as well. One of the things that we're going to talk about today is old John Cornyn. And some of you got on to me the other day. Some of you called me crazy. Some of you were in the comment section and you understood and you agreed, and you can see what I see and what others see. Some of you can't, and that clearly shows. And I'm hoping that as we go over the next couple of days and the things that come out, that you start seeing more about John Cornyn. And well, like I said, we're going to get to that here in a few minutes as well. But while you're here, I want to know your opinion. As you can see right there on screen, tell me down there, right there. I got to know how you feel about John Cornyn right here, because it's kind of like a knowledge and a litmus test. I got to figure out where people are at and what you know and what you don't know. It's just like the whole the Ted Cruz crowd, but there is some people that really believe that Ted Cruz is great for Texas. Some people really believe that Ted Cruz is great for America, and they don't see Ted Cruz for what he is. Bought, paid for, compromised. We'll get to that eventually at some point. Ted is not for today, though. Today is for talking about Iran and what seems to be a soon-to-be prolonged war in Iran. It looks like we're going to be putting boots on the ground at some point. And because of that, there's already been some fallout happening. What you're seeing happen in New York right now is the fallout of what is happening in Iran. Now, two parts of that. You don't see everybody in the world getting hit with nail bombs or having nail bombs thrown at them. There is a portion of this that is Jake Lang's fault and other feds' faults, and other suspicious actors' fault that are going out there and provoking people over and over and over into violence. Look, you don't see myself out there protesting at Muslims and calling them. I'm not gonna say this on live, but y'all saw the video where he had the goat and he was making gestures with the goat and calling Mandami and other Muslims goat effers. You saw that. I saw it. If you didn't, it's on my page and you can find it on X. Look, if you go up to these people and you provoke them over and over and over, you're going to get a response from them. Yes. And so there is that part of it to where I'm saying, hey, I did time with Jake Lang. I know this guy and I know what he does. Right now, he's playing the victim. And in a few days or weeks, he will go back out there and provoke. And then as soon as he's attacked, he'll play victim. And by the time he has everybody's ear, it will already be too late. They'll see what will have happened to him. He'll play the victim. And that's why he has over 200,000 followers. Like, if y'all can't see the psyop, you can't see it. Now, the other part about that, though, is Jake, as much as I don't like him, and as much as we know that he was working with people like Patrick Byrne and taking CIA money and giving that down to people like Alex Harkrider, who then worked against me, we already know that. This is fact. This isn't fiction. This is followed by bank records, by Patrick Byrne and Jake Lang himself that said these things. All right? So if we know that, then we have to be suspicious for anything they do. But in saying that, maybe they are smoking out the enemy. And so the enemy within is smoking out the enemy within. So look, though I don't like Jake Lang, I see him for what he is, but I also don't appreciate people in our country lighting incendiary devices on fire and throwing them into the crowd. And not only did these two Muslim men do this, these extremists, these terrorists that are in our country, they did it right in front of 10 to 20 New York police officers. NYPD was sitting right there. They didn't care. That did not deter these individuals. He grabbed it anyways, as you can see on video, and did it. Let's go ahead and look. I'm going to take you right over here to the video. Let's go and get right into this. So, you don't have to take my word for it. Watch the video, and here's a picture that I uploaded today. This shows you right here. You can see the device clearly. And if that's not scary to you, I don't know what is. It's here. It's about to happen. But this is the video. I didn't film this. I slowed it down and created it so that way you could get a better look at actually what's happening and what's going on. Let's break this down. As you can see, there it is in the gentleman's hand. Now, he's not the one that lit it, but who gave it to him? Who taught him how to make it? Where did he buy it from? Who has he been texting in his phone? What's his network? Where is the money coming from? That's what we want to know. Is he here legally or is he here illegally? These are questions that we need to know. Let's continue. The guy grab it right there. Grabs it. Now, immediately, if I'm looking at him right here, he puts his hand over his mouth. Now, why does he put his hand over his mouth? Well, if we look at where we were a second ago in the other picture, it's because there's a whole bunch of NYPD officers right there. A whole bunch of cops. He knows. Oh, man, we just messed up. Okay? This dude don't care. Radical Muslim right here. Takes it. Tries lighting it on fire. You see it in his hand. Let's continue. Somebody yell, bomb! You can hear it. Let's go back. Listen. Bomb! Okay, this isn't rocket science. You have people yelling bomb. You have this guy looking nervous. I'm just handing it over. Continue. There it is. You can see him lighting the fuse. There's the smoke. There's NYPD, and there's the bomber right there. That's why the other guy was looking nervous. He kind of had a little bit of common sense. Not enough common sense, not a lot of common sense, but enough to say, oh, man, the cops are right there. What are you doing? He jumps over the fence. Now, this officer sees him and is pointing. Yesterday, and I have to take this back. I have to get this right. I thought that this NYPD bomber was pointing towards the bomber, but running away from the bomb. Here's what actually was happening. This gentleman, because this bomb was dropped over here, this gentleman was running towards the bomb. Brave NYPD officer right there needs to be commended. Running towards the danger. Running towards the bomb, pointing at the bomber, running towards the bomb. That man needs to be commended right there. Get him, get him. They're pointing at him, and then boom, everybody takes him down. Get him on the ground, get him in handcuffs, and get him out of here. And that is what is going on right now. Let me turn this off. That is what's happening. Oh, that's what's happening in New York City. Now, today, hold on. We also know that in New York City, another device was found today. Another device. So actually, let me go find that. I don't think that I showed that to you. Let me go see. I think I posted it on. I did, but there's been another bomb found in New York City. Bomb squad. This is why I stay on X, and why I recommend that you stay on X as well. Here we go. Let me share this over. This is why I recommend that you stay on X as well. Let me go to my chat real quick. Excuse me. I don't know if somebody's in the chat. Post this up on the screen as well. Let's put it down here towards the bottom. All right. So what we're seeing here is a pattern. And if you were in the military, you'll understand what's going on. You'll understand. Put this up here, actually. I'm trying to get this this stuff out of the way so y'all can see what's going on, and so can I. If you were in the military, you'll understand. Well, get out of my way! All right, I'm trying to figure out where I want this to go. You'll understand what's going on. This is called probing. This is called probing. You had a little one yesterday. Who told that dude to take this out to a protest? Who told him to light it and throw it? You can tell those are not professionals. Those are kids. But who told these kids to go out and do this? We're seeing it happen again. They're shooting up in New York City right now. Obviously, something's going on. Obviously, there are credible threats. Folks, this is not good. This is over and over and over and over. This is happening here. And you can expect it more than likely not to slow down anytime soon. Did you think that the war machine was going to ramp up? That we were just going to go bomb Iran with impunity? And that the enemy, Satan, the demons, were not going to come after us and do things here? You're out of control. If you think that is we're just going to live here and things aren't going to happen. So I'm not telling you this so that you'll be scared and frightened and afraid to go out there and face what's going on in this world. I tell you this so that you will see what's happening and you will understand it for what it is. It's not going away. Damn, I can't see with these lights. It's not going away anytime soon. This threat is not going away anytime soon. It's going to continue happening. And what we have to do is we have to be brave enough to stand up to it and speak out against it for what it is. It's evil. If you can't tell by now that everything that's happening in this world is either of good or it's of evil, it's of God or it's of Satan, and anything in between, including your job, your mortgage, the court system, politics, this phone right here, video games, computers, our streams, it's all created. Fishing, anything man-made. Well, fishing's not man-made, but technically it is, like fishing poles, fishing tournaments, football, baseball, music. It is, if it's not of God's music, it is all created and designed to distract us from God. And so, all these things that you're seeing, war, this is about to distract us from God. And I hope that you use it as a chance to get back closer to him. As for me, I see exactly what's going on, and I want to lead you into the next thing. We know I was going to play this one last, but I'll go ahead and play this one now. Did everybody see the Clintons being deposed this last week by Congress? Did y'all see that? Did you get a chance to see Hillary Clinton when they asked her about frazzle drip? Do you know what frazzle drip is? Because if you don't, yes, Patriot Mimi, that's correct. These demons must be exposed. They must be. Some will continue to deny reality. And I got to put that on screen. That's a good comment right there. You're 100% correct. Some will continue to deny reality. Mimi, Patriot Mimi, you will continue to fight the good fight. Good. Because you are right. Jesus is the only Lord and Savior. The only one. Put this over here. So let's look at this screen. I gotta figure out what I want to do with the comments. I actually might take the comments off over here. Yeah, I'll take them off right there. Let's look at this. And let's see it exactly for what it is. If you don't know what frazzle drip is, you need to understand what frazzle drip is. And when I tell you that these people are torturing, abusing children, torturing them, killing them, I mean that. I don't say that to you lightly. I don't tell you that because I want to get on here and talk about these things. This is not comfortable to talk about. These things are not comfortable to look at. They don't make me feel well within my spirit. And in fact, some people, when you present this stuff to them, they'll call you crazy. They'll call you insane. They'll call you a conspiracy theorist, but they won't take a chance to look at the video. Let's take a chance to look at it ourselves. Can y'all hear that? You can't hear that? Okay, hold on. That's what I wanted to make sure. Can you hear that now? Hold on. If you can't hear that, let me fix the graphics real quick because I want you to be able to hear this. This is extremely important information for you to know. And hold on. Somebody said, Clayton said that he can't hear that. Okay, you can hear it now? I just want to make sure because I'll stop it for you, Clayton, if you can't. I'll figure this out if you can't hear it. I'm going to play it again. Okay. Now, I found another one. And I don't think I'm going to show this next video, but I don't even think I'm going to show this next picture until I can find it and make sure that it's not going to break terms of service. But from what you can see in that, Hillary Clinton was deposed along with Bill Clinton. And when they were deposed, they were asked about frazzle drip. Now, for those of you that don't know what frazzle drip what it is, it was a file on a laptop that was titled Life Insurance or Insurance. And it was basically a snuff film. It was a murder film of a little girl that was tortured, abused, and Hillary cut her face off and wore her face and then drank the blood. This sounds crazy. It sounds almost. It sounds unbelievable. I don't want to believe it. There's video of it happening. There's NYPD officers and investigators and even feds that watched these videos and couldn't take it anymore, were reportedly throwing up, and some of them even committed suicide. Now, if you're asked that question in front of Congress and it's not true, isn't it just okay to get up and say, well, this is not true? That never happened. And that's all I'm saying about it, because I'm not talking about something that's not true, right? That's how we respond to and deal with things. We confront them head on and we just say, hey, that's not true. I didn't do that. And if I didn't do it, I stand on it and say I didn't say it. If you did it, though, you go in with criminal defense attorneys and you start arguing about these things. Now, I also understand, as somebody that went through the DC swamp, that you do go in with attorneys because you can tell the truth and still get railroaded. I get it. But I didn't go in and have to blatantly lie, argue, oppose the entire judicial process, outright not come to places. No, they're going to arrest me and bring me there. But Hillary and I just call him Billary, old Billary Clinton, the duo Billary, they don't have to follow the same laws that you and I have to follow. That was even seen when Bill couldn't stop looking at the evidence. Let's go find this one as well. Bill, he couldn't stop looking at the pictures. Let's look at this. Oh, Bill. Just a dirty old Bill right here. And this is a problem, and this is who we've had in charge of the United States, the world at one point. This is Congress in that same deposition handing Bill Clinton a packet, and it obviously had pictures and of what was going on. And this is Bill. He wanted it back. Give it to me. What? Look at him. Nasty old man. These are pictures of victims in the Epstein files. Now, some people might say, oh, he wanted to look at the evidence. He wanted to look at the evidence. That dude looked like some cat going after some catnip right there. What? Give it back. This is not okay. This is not okay right here. And this is what is really going on behind closed doors in Washington, D.C. These are the depositions that are happening. These are the answers that are being given. And this is what we're told that we just have to accept for what it is and move on. And then we get told that they didn't do any wrongdoing. There's nothing they can find here. Even as much so, I don't know if you heard this. Are you aware that the autopin, Jean Pirro, check this one out. Are you aware that this one happened last week? Now, I want to keep on putting all of these things out online. There's just not enough time in the day to do every single bit of this and look into it. And so let's take a look at this one. Probe into Biden autopin closed by the D.C. U.S. Attorney's Office. Federal prosecutors and the U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro's office are dropping a criminal probe into whether former President Joe Biden and his aides unlawfully used an auto pen to issue pardons. A person briefed on the matter told CBS News. You weren't told of this, but we were told with facts and proof that these things happened. We know that they happened because the timelines show us that Biden couldn't have signed these pardons. And we looked at the forensics evidence and knew that these pardons were also signed using the same exact signature, and they didn't change at all. It was a machine that didn't. But though we know it happened, you're still having things like this that are going on. This is not okay. It's not okay. But it continues to happen regardless. So let me go over to a couple more that I don't think I've shown you yet. Let's talk about this right here. Now, yesterday I posted a picture on Facebook, and let me go find that picture real quick. Let me make sure I get to the correct spot. I posted a picture on Facebook, and boy, did I get some backlash off of it. And the backlash was simply for saying that if John Cornyn was endorsed by Trump, that I was going to vote for Paxton regardless. And then I showed a follow-up picture. Let me show you that follow-up picture. And here was the follow-up picture. Where? Right here. We talked about it on a live the other night. And on that live, we talked about John Cornyn. This was a couple days ago. This was March the 5th. It is now, what's today's date? The 8th. This was 3 days ago that I posted this. Now today, Emerald Robinson comes out with this. Just got a call from a Senate staffer. GOP leadership can't allow the disclosure of sexual harassment settlements right now. The reason? It would harm John Cornyn. I'm told that a particular settlement was paid to another man. Emerald Robinson, when she gives out information, she's not wrong. Emerald Robinson has made her bed by telling the truth. She has gotten to where she's gotten by telling the truth consistently over and over and over and bringing consistently good stories, credible stories to the people over and over and over. This, what you're seeing right here, that's credible information. And that explains why you're seeing the showdown in Texas right now and why you're having John Cornyn basically hold President Trump, Texans, and the American people hostage because he doesn't want it to be exposed, possibly, that he had to pay off another man or his office had to pay off another man. All right. Now, let's also talk about another bit of the same thing that I'm having happening. Alex Stein is having happening as well. So Alex Stein flew across the country to debate Michael Knowles about a position against the Iran war. And as soon as I landed, Alex Stein landed in Nashville, he was banned from going to the event because Dan Crenshaw was too scared. Now, he says Dan Crenshaw is too scared. Some people will say, well, that's an opinion. That's not true. If you go back and look at Alex Stein's history with Dan Crenshaw, you will see that they've gone at it over and over and over up until the other night when Dan Crenshaw lost his primary, when Alex Stein went to D.C. and also confronted Dan Crenshaw coming out of the Capitol this week. That was pretty funny as well. And then here is Alex getting told by, Ben Davies right here, that yes, you cannot come to the event. Thanks for being so flexible in a fluid situation. Have good news and bad news. Good news is we are all set with the audience, White Russian, and production for your yes or no episode tomorrow morning with Knowles. Bad news is Crenshaw is insisting you not be in attendance for fear of disrupting the event. It's for fear of disrupting the event. And so it looks like, as of right now, that Alex Stein may not even be able to attend an event that he was invited to, flew out to, because a politician is in fear of a question that may be answered. Folks, this is getting to be along the lines of what's that movie with Tom? Minority Report. This is Minority Report stuff. And it's the same thing that Leon Steakhouse and Jay Dean did this last week to me when Governor Abbott came into town. I wasn't allowed to go see Governor Abbott speak. And I wanted to hear a man that in 2020 I voted for. I voted for Governor Abbott. And I was denied the chance to hear him speak and to ask him a question as my governor. There's something wrong with that. And I'm seeing patterns of it happening with people like Alex Stein, with myself, and people all over Texas and the United States. It's happening right here in East Texas. People like you and me are being stopped from speaking to our representatives, from talking about our representatives. We're being silenced by them on official government pages, and that's wrong. And that's why I have to sue Representative Jay Dean. I have to sue him for violating my First Amendment right and for violating my Sixth Amendment right. I have to sue him on that to make that right, not just for me, but for the other people here in East Texas. So I'm asking you to support my cause in this today. You can go here to realryannichols.com. You can scan the QR code, or you can go to our website to the support link, and that is found here. Or you can go to the donate link, and you can donate right here. The first 100, I've made $150. I've raised $150. The first 405, I believe, is what it costs here in Texas, in order to sue someone. And I'm going to sue Jay Dean for violating my federal civil rights. And I'm going to send that to the DOJ. And $405 will help me start a lawsuit against Representative Jay Dean for violating my federal civil rights. And for those that don't know, I am very good at writing motions. Here was my first motion that I wrote this week. This was a motion that I wrote opposing Bo Rogers' motion to withdraw, and this was my response. And so this is a little bit of what it looks like. Here was my motion that I wrote, and this is what I do. This is Bo Rogers' motion. I'm about to say that doesn't look like my motion. That is Bo Rogers' motion. This is my motion. This is my motion right here. Sorry, that's you saw Bo's, not mine. This is my motion, and I wrote it up. And I have the relevant information in the exhibits to go along with it. And I posted this last night. I put it into court. And I signed it. I know this is the unsworn one. I did sign mine. Won't catch me slipping up like that, not signing my stuff supposed to go in. So this was also, I put a declaration in. And then people asked about the exhibits. You asked about the exhibits. And so I had to go in and make sure I didn't give the unredacted exhibits. I wanted to give the redacted exhibits. So that way you could see that I'm not lying. That when I say I have something, I have it. So for those that were wondering, Richard Rotondo especially, I know somebody can tag Richard Rotondo in the comment section and tell him to go to minute number 33 minutes and 22 seconds, and you'll see the exhibits. And there's Exhibit A. We have emails, payments, payment receipts, communications, more communications. Everything that my counsel claimed that I didn't do and that my counsel didn't do for me, I claim right here. And we, as of right now, we have a hearing this week. I'm trying to get that hearing pushed off for 30 days so I can gather my witnesses, gather my information, and put together a better report and put together a better case in front of the judge. I want to go in there, and I'm going in there acting for my own interest. Unless I find another attorney that I feel that can represent me well, I honestly do not believe that there is anybody that can represent me better than me. And so that's why I'm going to go in there and I'm going to represent myself. And so I ask that if you can, you help support my cause, because this is what's going to fight these legal fees. This is what's going to help me buy paper, do the investigations, do every single thing that I'm doing is going to be found here on Support My Cause. And so if you donate, know that The first 405 is going to sue Jay Dean, and everything after that is going to fight this case right here. And I'm going to put everything on this website, realryannichols.com, so you can follow along with me. When I tell you that I have the evidence, I have the evidence. I know it took me a second to put exhibits together, but that's because I'm not an attorney. I've never done this before. This is my first time putting exhibits together, and I will only get better at this. Okay, so I have everything put together for you if you want to go through it and look at the evidence and see for yourself who was in the wrong. Who do you believe was in the wrong? Was Bo Rogers in the wrong, or was I in the wrong based on the evidence? Not your personal opinion. I want you to go look at the evidence, his motion, my reply, in the exhibits, and I would fully expect him to reply. And I have to put another reply and a supplemental motion into this anyways and add more information. And when I do that, I will make sure to add it to the website. So I just got this little setup done here today. It's not much. I've got some lights over here. I've got this screen right here. And I'm going to be doing more. And I haven't decided. I might move back over here to my table, but I kind of like being right here and being able to talk to you. So anyways, I am going to get off of here. I got to get ready to go back to church. I hope that y'all have a wonderful day. And Clayton, Patriot Mimi, the rest of you that were on here, thank you very much for joining me. I know I don't have a consistent schedule yet for when I'm going live, but I will be coming out with a schedule. I want to do it more in the evenings because I'm trying to work during the day, but I knew that I have work to do tonight, and so I couldn't do my live video today. Also, if you're on Facebook and you love what I do, please become a subscriber to me. You can do that on my Facebook page. And also here in the comment section or right there on Facebook, you can also support by donating stars. I get paid out from that, and that also goes towards helping pay the bills and helping fight all this corruption and evil here in East Texas. When I get done with some of these things, I'm going to be moving towards investigations against Judge LaFleur and other people here in East Texas that are places that are filled with corruption. And there are plenty of people around here in East Texas that need help. I've decided, I don't have to go all over the United States and run everywhere else helping. I can help right here in the community, and it needs to start in the courtroom. Because what it would seem to me is that either on a national level or here locally, the information is not getting put on the record. And real change can't happen until you start putting this information on the record. And so that's exactly what I plan on doing, is putting everything on the record, and I plan on fighting for you, East Texas. It's not just about me. This is about doing this for those that can't do it for themselves. So thank you for joining me. Make sure to share this out. If you've enjoyed what I've done here and what I've said, share it out. Share it on your page. Comment, and let me know what you like most about it.